Hey everyone, Irit here with a new process video for HipKit Club, and today I am using this large photo. Sorry, things were not working properly on my computer. So, you know probably that occasionally I do like to scrapbook a large photo. This one is A4 size, or almost A4 size. I think it's A4 size. And I just think these are really fun pages to add to your albums. And yeah, what can I say? I think probably if I wasn't so in love with pretty papers and embellishments, I would scrapbook large photos a lot more because, I mean, it is the center of my layouts for me. And mostly I use photos that I think are pretty most of the time, I guess. A lot of my photos are also made with my phone and, you know, are not the best quality. And this one actually was also taken, I think I took it with my phone. I don't know if I brought my good camera for it, but Lily was moving around so fast that it was kind of hard to get her to focus. I mean, to get a picture of her in focus. So, yeah, what can I say? I think I think I can say that I use smaller photos many times because I want to play with paper and embellishment. But I do really love scrapbooking large photos because I also love to take photos and I love photography and I love editing. This photo has a few filters on it. I think definitely some, you know, adding saturations and such just to make it look more aesthetically pleasing to my eye anyway. So yeah, just thought I would mention that. And my background paper, I'm using this pretty paper from the main kit. I love it. It's so cute. And I used my Weir Memory Keeper's typewriter to add my journaling. And I have to say, I kind of struggle with a typewriter when using thick pattern paper like the large 12 by 12 size. I struggle. So if you have any tips on, if you have that particular typewriter and you have any tips, I really appreciate it. When you use like thinner paper or smaller pieces, then I think mostly thinner paper is like no problem at all. But if you're using really like heavyweight cardstock, I don't know, it just doesn't roll the whole way as easily. So it was a little bit of a struggle, but I managed to get it into the machine and add my journaling, and I love it. That was like one of the reasons that I got the typewriter, to use it on 12 by 12 backgrounds. And yeah, so okay. I think the biggest struggle of this layout was the title. The thing with, you know, when you're using a large photo, you automatically have little real estate for anything else besides the photo. And of course you can also embellish on top of the photo, which I will be doing, but I kind of wanted the I think that looks really cute actually now that I'm looking at it, the Hello Sunshine. I should have done that, but I didn't. But yeah, I wanted the title to be there on the left side. And you can also do 12 by 12 photos. I think I printed, a while back, I printed some. I can't do that at home because I don't have a wide format printer. So my printer goes just as big as an A4 size. But that's really fun. And you can totally add your embellishments on top of it. But anyway, this is more doable and I can be kind of spontaneous and make those decisions on the fly. So just playing around with the embellishments. I think mostly I used in this layout the exclusive goodies that we got in the July kits this month. They just seem to work better with the whole vibe that I had here. There were also a lot of exclusive, so yeah, that's fun. They're always very successful. They're usually my favorite bits and pieces of the kit. Or in the kit, should I say? Anyway, you know what I mean. So I'm just playing around with all kinds of ideas. I don't know. I didn't really know what I was going for, but eventually I created a little embellishment with some banners. You will see that happening. And the photo, as I said, is just, I took this photo, I took a bunch of them, but I think this was kind of the best one, that also Lily was not completely out of focus and you can still see a bit of the environment. And of course, the soap bubbles. So we got a present from my husband's cousin. She brought us this little plastic fish type of thingy that you fill with soap, and then you switch it on and it blows like a million of these soap bubbles. And of course, Lily really, really loves this thing. And yeah, what can I say? It doesn't look so bad in the photo also. So I'm happy too, as the family memory keeper. I do appreciate a good photo op. And yeah, and all the greenery around is our wisteria, I think. I think that's the name of the plant. I so don't have a green thumb. I'm the opposite. I tend to neglect or mistreat any plant in my environment. So anyway, the title is going to be Family Fun Time at Home, and I'm using a combination of stickers and like flat stickers, and then these kind of puffy small stickers, which I absolutely love. The small ones I think came in the Project Life kit, and they're fantastic. That's like my favorite type of small font. Like either let it be something like cute and chunky and rubbery, or puffy, or give me tile stickers. Those are my choices. So I think I just glued that thing a bit crooked, and that's another reason I chose my paper for my background, because it has kind of a grid design on it, so I don't have to work too hard to line things up. And I feel in this type of layout, you know, it is a little bit, there are like a lot of straight clear lines, so I do think it looks a bit better if the title is somewhat straight. And I don't aspire to be perfect, but I try to make things look good. So yeah, and here I actually really like how that looked. I should have gone with that. That looks really cute. Why didn't I do that? I don't know. I really don't know. I think that actually looks better than the finished page, which I probably shouldn't say, but what can I say? I'm being honest. So I wanted to add some of these wood veneer pieces. These are really, really lovely. They're very thin, which I really appreciate. I mean, I like the color and texture, but sometimes, you know, these pieces are so chunky that it's a little bit too much. But these are so delicate that it was really fun to play with them, and you can definitely color them, but I was just a little bit lazy. I think probably for this layout, I think I would have painted them white. I could actually still go back and just go over it with some white paint or a white paint pen, but yeah, actually I'm not sure it would be the right choice, because I think the wood color complements the fence in the photo. So we have this kind of bamboo fence in our balcony that covers the actual barrister railing, what's the word, that we have there, which has these like large gaps between them. So I'm not sure they are as child friendly as this solution is. So that's me trying to work with those banners, and eventually I will find something that works. And yeah, this took no time at all. I think, I don't know how long is this video, but I think I only sped it up 2 times, I think. So you see I'm like moving, you know, faster, but not crazy fast, because yeah, there's just smaller areas to work on if your photo is so large. So I only had to make a few decisions, although, you know, because this is not something I do regularly. I probably do such a page like every other month, something like that. So I'm not super used to this kind of design, and I do feel whenever I try something like kind of different or not in my go-to style that it does take me longer. Or if I get a new kit. A lot of things make me work slower. But still, with all that, you know, extra detail, extra attention to every detail I add, just because there is like less I can do here, so I feel like everything I add has to look right. Still, this was very, very quick to make, and I hope you feel inspired to try something similar. You know, you can get also your photos printed in a professional printing service, and like if you don't want to do it at home, I think it does use up a lot of ink, but for me that works. I just, you know, I tried like really affordable, good printing services, and most of the time I was happy with the quality, but always I end up with a lot of unused, unscrapped photos, and that still, at the end of the day, it's like just a waste of paper and a waste of money. I prefer to pay a bit more per picture, but know that almost everything that I print will end up in an album. So at the end of the day, it is less wasteful and probably more economical. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, I just know from previous experiences, because I still have like a huge box full of photos that I printed, I thought I would scrap, and I haven't. So yeah, that's it. So I said a lot of "so" in the last minutes. I'm sorry. I'm aware. I know it. I added some of these cute wood veneers to the bottom right there, and then I thought that I want to make another little cluster somewhere. So following the visual triangle principle, design principle, I'm going to add a few more bits and pieces actually to the top right area. Yeah, somewhere there, but a little bit more to the middle, because this one is right above all the wood veneer stuff at the bottom. So you don't want things to be perfectly lined up, because that's not as interesting. You want kind of your eye to wander around. So keeping that dynamic, I call it my dynamic visual triangle, that will look better, more interesting. So that's what I'm doing, and I really like actually that top cluster. I really like how that turned out. I have that frame there that I just folded, and now I'm going to staple it straight to my background. So a lot of layers of paper here. But yeah, I do like that stapled look. And I also stapled the wood veneer. It's so thin that for me it worked. You know, I don't want to tell you to try it, because I don't want to be responsible for the injury of your wood veneers. But for me, it worked, and it didn't break them. So yeah, I like how that look. I really like how these stapled embellishments look. I also remember, I don't know who I saw doing it first, that they stapled puffy stickers, and that looks so cute. Just the dimension that you get from it, you know, that indentation in the puffy sticker from the staple. I think I sound a little bit insane now with that detail, but I do love how that looks. So yeah, try it if you have a tiny, what's it called? The tiny attacher, is it called? Or did I make that up? The tiny stapler, you know, the Tim Holtz one. Of course, you can use a regular one, but I love the tiny attacher. I hope it's called the tiny attacher. I don't know why it sounds weird in my head. You know when things sounds weird in your head? When the voices are talking. Anyway, so now I was looking around just at the other embellishments, seeing what I can add and if anything worked, and then I went all crazy with these circular epoxy stickers, just because I thought, hey, these complement all these soap bubbles so well, because, you know, they're round, the soap bubbles are round, so it's very sophisticated stuff here. I put some more round stuff next to the other round stuff, but yeah, I thought it was a good opportunity to use them. I thought it was very like playful to add that. And I tried not to go all over the place, so kind of trying to keep them in the areas of my existing embellishment clusters, maybe just spreading around a little bit, but still keeping it in the general area. and adding some of these little puffy stars. I love these. So this particular package has hearts and asterisks and stars. This is a type of embellishment I can use on every layout, and I usually have to stop myself from, using a whole lot of these guys. I love small embellishments, and these really just work with everything or anything, like any layout. And there are so many of them. I just love it that we get such things and not, I love also the traditional regular like enamel dot packs that you get from a lot of manufacturers, but this usually has like 4 or 5 times more. So more is more. Give me more. And now the finishing touch, adding some of these stickers from the same sticker sheet as the family and home words that I used for my title, just trying to add some accents if I can. And that is it for my layout. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel inspired. I hope you'll try something similar. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.